The streets are saying that dodge is dead. But are they right? For those blissfully unaware, there has been some uproar in the community in regards to a clip from Mactic. In this clip, he used Ascension, which is now a bona fide class ability, and it only refunded a portion of its melee.
A better idea of kind of what's going on with this black hole singularity situation, but at the current moment I want to talk about the enemy that you're seeing on screen right now. Technically not a brand new enemy, as we do have wretches in the game already, but
now there are three possibilities here. 1. The melee energy refunded from using Ascension refunds less melee, but Gambler's dodge still refunds in full. 2. All dodges refund an amount based on how much you build into the melee stat. And 3. All dodges should refund a melee in full, but Ascension was bugged in the preview and only refunded a partial amount. Possibility 2 is what everyone believes is right, so let's talk about that. Now, before I say another word, if this is true, then I am on the side of this is a bad change. And not only is it a bad change, it is a change that does not make any sense. Marksman dodge has been power capped, Acrobat's dodge is only used for lowmans, and that leaves Gambler's dodge. The melee refund is what makes this dodge good, and the fact that the other two pale in comparison. Now let's compare it to Titan and Warlock. Overall, Titans have two types of barricades, and then a movement thruster for their class ability. Both barricades last for 20 seconds, have 500 HP, and 90% damage resist against non-boss combatants, damage and apply a disorient-like effect to enemies that pass through, reduces splash damage from combatants while behind, and finally, also taunts enemies that are in front of the barricade. Towering Barricade is taller, and Rally Barricade is shorter and has the following additional effects. Plus 30 stability, plus 100 reload speed, 0.9 times reload duration multiplier, 10% increased damage fall-off distance, and 50% flinch resistance. Warlocks have two types of rifts, which last for 15 seconds, and then a dive for their class ability. Empowering Rift grants 20% increased damage while inside, and Healing Rift restores 40 HP per second, or a 3 HP overshield per second, up to 15 if you're at full health. Finally, Phoenix Dive applies Cure ×2 to the user and nearby allies. There's a very clear identity in their class abilities. Warlocks have Healing on demand, Titans have Barricades on demand, and Hunters have an effect on demand. But the issue is that the only worthwhile Hunter effect is to get your melee back in full, which won't be the case in Edge of Fate unless you build into it. I don't think many people have realized just how awful dodge is going to feel when you don't have that instant gratification. And compared to Warlock and Titan, the class abilities for Hunters are actually very weak, and that's only going to get worse. But it's not all doom and gloom. Yeah, dodge is technically getting nerfed, and nobody wants that. But let's look at the bright side. If you care that much about the melee, then you'll likely be building into the melee stat to get that extra 0 to 30% extra damage. Mactic also said, now I'm not sure if this is true or just him speculating, but he said that having a 70 in melee will refund it full, so it shouldn't take too much to get your dodge back to how it was. On top of that, Hunters are actually very good at increasing the rate at which they regain their abilities. Off the top of my head, you've got Threaded Spike on Strand and Prismatic, which refunds melee energy based on how many enemies you hit. Solar can literally refund your melee on powered melee kills while Radiant, and with Stasis, you've got Stasis Shards that refund melee energy. I'm sure I don't even need to mention Combination Blow. Of course, how good the above will be in the new DLC is yet to be seen. Mactic mentioned in another tweet that the melee gain for Threaded Spike was definitely toned down, but they are affected to some extent. With this change to Hunter dodge, I'm interested in seeing if Bungie also changes the health of a barricade and the healing rate of a rift, depending on the health stat. I'm leaning towards no, because otherwise we would just have another case of not one, but two classes being able to build into a single stat with two major benefits, like how Titans currently build into resilience for both damage resist and class ability cooldown. We'll really just have to wait until Edge of Fate to know what's going on for sure. Thanks for watching, have a good day.